Bone osteoporosis, bone fragility, calcium-rich foods for stronger bones. Osteoporosis is one of the most common bone diseases worldwide, especially among older adults. The word osteoporosis literally means porous bones. It describes a condition in which bones become thin, weak, and fragile, so fragile that even a minor fall or a small bump can cause a fracture. According to the World Health Organization, WHO, more than 200 million people globally are affected by osteoporosis. It is often called a silent disease because bone loss happens slowly and without symptoms until a fracture occurs. The most common fracture sites are the hip, spine, and wrist. DNA: what happens to the bones in osteoporosis? Our bones are living tissues that are constantly being broken down and rebuilt. During youth, bone formation is faster than bone breakdown. This balance keeps bones strong. But as we age, especially after age 30, this balance changes. Bone loss starts to exceed bone formation. For women, the risk rises sharply after menopause due to a drop in estrogen, a hormone that protects bone density. Men also lose bone mass with age, but the process is slower. Over time, bones become less dense and more brittle, making them more likely to break. Warning: risk factors for osteoporosis. There are many reasons why bones become weak. Some risk factors are beyond control, while others can be managed through lifestyle and nutrition. Uncontrollable factors include age, especially after 50. Gender: women are more at risk. Family history of osteoporosis. Ethnicity: Caucasian and Asian women have higher risk. Hormonal changes such as menopause. Lifestyle and health factors include lack of calcium and vitamin D, lack of physical activity, smoking and excessive alcohol use, low body weight or eating disorders, long-term use of steroids or certain medications. Salt: why calcium matters for bone health. Calcium is the main mineral that gives bones their strength and structure. About 99% of the body's calcium is stored in bones and teeth. The remaining 1% circulates in the blood, helping muscles, nerves, and the heart work properly. If your diet does not supply enough calcium, the body takes calcium from the bones to maintain blood levels, slowly weakening the skeleton. According to the National Institutes of Health, NIH, adults aged 1950 need 1,000 mg of calcium per day. Women over 50 and men over 70 need 1,200 mg per day. Sun with face: don't forget vitamin D. Even if you consume enough calcium, your body cannot absorb it effectively without vitamin D. Vitamin D helps the intestines absorb calcium from food and maintains normal blood calcium levels. Sources of vitamin D include sunlight exposure 10-30 minutes, several times per week. Fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel. Egg yolks. Fortified milk and cereals. Supplements when necessary. Glass of milk: calcium-rich foods to strengthen bones. Let's look at some of the best foods rich in calcium that help keep bones strong and resilient. 1. Dairy products. Milk, yogurt, and cheese are the top sources of calcium. 1 cup of milk provides about 300 mg of calcium. Greek yogurt is also rich in protein, which supports muscle strength, important for bone protection. 2. Leafy green vegetables. Dark green veggies like kale, broccoli, bok choy, and collard greens are good plant sources of calcium. Spinach also contains calcium, but it has oxalates, which can reduce calcium absorption. So it's best to eat a variety of greens. 3. Fortified plant-based milks. For those who are lactose intolerant or vegan, soy milk, almond milk, and oat milk fortified with calcium and vitamin D are excellent alternatives. Always check the label for fortification levels. 4. Fish with edible bones. Canned sardines and salmon with bones provide a surprising amount of calcium, around 300 mg per serving. They also contain vitamin D and omega-3 fatty acids that support bone and heart health. 5. Tofu and soy products. Tofu made with calcium sulfate is a strong calcium source. Half a cup of calcium-set tofu can contain up to 400 mg of calcium. 6. Nuts and seeds. Almonds, sesame seeds, chia seeds, and flax seeds are small but powerful calcium boosters. 1 tablespoon of sesame seeds has about 90 mg of calcium. 7. Beans and lentils. Beans, especially white beans, chickpeas, and lentils, provide calcium, magnesium, and fiber, all beneficial for bone metabolism. They also contain plant protein that helps maintain bone tissue. 8. Fortified cereals and orange juice. Many breakfast cereals and orange juices are fortified with calcium and vitamin D. 1 serving can provide 30–40% of the daily calcium requirement. 9. Figs. Dried figs are a tasty way to add calcium and fiber. 5 dried figs contain about 135 mg of calcium. 10. Seaweed. Some types of seaweed, such as wakame and kelp, contain moderate levels of calcium and magnesium. Green salad, other nutrients important for bone health. Calcium alone is not enough. Bones are complex tissues that need several nutrients to stay strong. Vitamin K, found in green vegetables, helps bind calcium to bone. Magnesium, present in nuts, seeds, and whole grains, helps convert vitamin D into its active form. Phosphorus, found in meat, dairy, and nuts, works with calcium to build bone. Protein, essential for bone matrix. Too little protein can lead to weaker bones. Female lifestyle tips to prevent osteoporosis. Diet is only part of the story. Lifestyle choices also play a huge role in maintaining bone density. 1. Do regular weight-bearing exercise. Activities such as walking, jogging, dancing, and resistance training signal the body to build and maintain bone tissue. 2. Avoid smoking and limit alcohol. Smoking reduces bone formation, and heavy alcohol use interferes with calcium absorption. 3. Maintain a healthy weight. Being underweight increases fracture risk. A balanced diet with adequate calories and nutrients supports bone strength. 4. Get regular checkups. Bone density tests can detect early signs of bone loss, allowing timely treatment or preventive action. Brain interesting facts about bones and calcium. Bones are not static, they renew themselves every 10 years on average. Women can lose up to 20% of their bone density within 5–7 years after menopause. About 1 in 3 women and 1 in 5 men over 50 will experience an osteoporotic fracture. Calcium is best absorbed in doses below 500 mg at a time, so split supplements if needed. Regular physical activity can reduce the risk of fractures by up to 50%. Spoon calcium supplements, should you take them? If dietary intake is not enough, calcium supplements may be useful. However, it's best to consult a doctor before starting them. Too much calcium, especially from supplements, can cause kidney stones or interfere with the absorption of other minerals like iron and zinc. Experts recommend getting most calcium from food sources, as they come with additional nutrients and better absorption. Herbs summary. Osteoporosis is a serious but preventable disease. The foundation of strong bones lies in adequate calcium and vitamin D intake, regular exercise, avoiding smoking and excessive alcohol, early detection and healthy lifestyle. Calcium-rich foods such as dairy, leafy greens, tofu, sardines, nuts, and fortified plant milks provide the essential building blocks your bones need. Combined with vitamin D and regular movement, they form the best natural defense against bone fragility. Your bones support you every day. Return the favor by nourishing them with care.